Is a trap, a psychological prison designed to keep you poor, weak, and controlled. It's not physical, it's mental. It's built into the very fabric of how society functions. From the moment you're born, you're conditioned to follow a path that leads not to freedom, but to quiet submission. Think about it. From childhood, you're taught to obey. Obey the teacher, obey the rules, follow the system, go to school, get good grades, find a job, work hard, save a little, and if you're lucky, you might retire comfortably when you're too old to really enjoy life. That's the script. That's the program. But here's the truth they don't want you to realize. This system isn't designed to make you strong. It's designed to make you obedient. It's designed to keep you comfortable enough not to rebel, but not free enough to live on your own terms. They want you dependent. They want you docile, controlled. The trap isn't just financial, it's psychological. You're conditioned to feel failure. You're trained to seek comfort instead of challenge. You're taught to value security over freedom. Society plants these seeds early. Fear of taking risks, fear of stepping outside the system, fear of standing alone. And the worst part, they convince you it's all your choice, that you're free, but the real freedom isn't about following the rules and hoping for the best. Real freedom comes from understanding the game and refusing to play by their rules. See, the reason most people stay poor isn't because they aren't smart or hardworking. It's because they have been trained to trade their time for money instead of value for wealth. They've been taught that working harder will make them rich, but it won't. Because the system isn't built for hard workers to win. It's built for owners to win. The rich don't work for money. The rich own assets. The rich understand leverage. And here's the kicker. The system depends on you staying poor. The moment you realize that you can create your own economy, that you don't have to depend on a paycheck, that's the moment you become dangerous. But it's not just about money, it's about strength, mental strength, emotional strength. Because once you reject the system, you'll be tested. When you stop following the crowd, you'll feel resistance. Friends will question you, family will doubt you, society will label you as reckless. But that's how you know you're on the right path. The system will try to put you back in with comfort. Just get a stable job, play it safe, don't take unnecessary risks. But comfort is the weapon they used to keep you weak. Growth is never comfortable. You grow when you embrace discomfort. You grow when you stand alone. You grow when you reject the easy path and choose the hard one because you know it leads to true strength. Most people aren't willing to face that kind of resistance. That's why they stay weak. That's why they stay poor, because freedom isn't free. It costs discomfort. It costs standing apart. It costs going through fire and coming out harder, sharper, and stronger. The system isn't going to hand you success. They're not going to give you the tools to escape. You have to take it. You have to build it. And that starts with mastering your mind. Stop seeking approval. Stop chasing comfort. Stop believing that someone will save you, because no one is coming. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to hand you freedom. The moment you understand that this is the moment you become unstoppable, when you stop expecting the system to work in your favor, you stop playing their games, you create your own. You build your own wealth. You build your own strength, your own freedom. But it all starts in the mind. It starts when you stop thinking like a servant and start thinking like an owner. It starts when you stop waiting for permission and start taking control. You want freedom, and you have to earn it. You want strength, and you have to build it. You want wealth, then you have to create it. No one is going to hand it to you. And if you wait for permission, you'll die waiting. Step out of the trap. Break the cycle. Become the kind of person the system fears. Uncontrollable, unstoppable, free. The system is designed to keep you poor, weak, and controlled. You were born to rise above it. It's time to wake up. It's time to take control. It's time to break free. Now go get it. If you've made it this far, it means you've already starting to see through the illusions. You understand now that the system isn't broken. It's working exactly how it was designed to work. To keep you small, to keep you dependent, to keep you too distracted and too comfortable to fight back. But understanding the trap isn't enough. Now comes the hard part, breaking out of it. Because the truth is, most people don't even try. They see the system for what it is, they recognize the chains, but when it comes time to act, they freeze. Not because they're lazy, not because they're weak, but because the system didn't just train them to obey, it trained them to fear their own strength. Fear is the real weapon. They use it to control you. Fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of standing alone, and the worst fear of all, fear of your own potential. Because when you truly understand what you're capable of, when you realize that you have the power to create your own wealth, you own freedom, your own future, everything changes, and that's terrifying. It's easier to stand in the cage you know than to face it, the unknown. It's easier to work a job you hate and collect a steady paycheck than to risk building something you own. It's easier to follow the rules and live in quiet dissatisfaction than to step into the arena and fight for your own freedom. And they know that. That's why they feed you distractions, social media, entertainment, outrage. They give you just enough dopamine to keep you comfortable, but not enough clarity to realize you're in a cage. But here's the truth you need to understand right now. You were not born to be a servant. You were not born to sit quietly, collect a paycheck, and hope for the best. You were born to dominate. You were born to create. You were born to lead. And the reason you feel that frustration, the reason you feel that deep, quiet dissatisfaction is because your soul knows you're meant for more. The voice in the back of your head, that's your true self calling you out. It's telling you, enough. Enough playing small. Enough waiting for permission. Enough sitting on the sidelines. Because you are not weak. You are not average. You are not meant to survive. You are meant to thrive. But here's the catch. Breaking free requires sacrifice. Freedom isn't given, it's earned, and the price of freedom is discomfort. You have to be willing to walk away from comfort. You have to be willing to face failure. You have to be willing to be misunderstood, judged, mocked. Most people won't understand why you're doing it. They'll tell you you're crazy. They'll tell you you're reckless. They'll tell you you're going to fail. And you might. But failure is part of the process. Strength is built through struggle. Confidence is built through failure. Freedom is built through sacrifice. You can't avoid the pain, but you can choose the kind of pain you experience. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of building something of your own, or the pain of living your life for someone else's dream. The pain of pushing through resistance, of the pain of staying stuck in the quiet dissatisfaction. And here's what most people don't realize. You're going to suffer either way, but suffering for your freedom makes you stronger. Suffering for someone else's profit makes you weaker. So which will it be? You need to make a decision right now. Are you going to keep playing small, following the script, waiting for the system to change? Or are you going to burn the script and write your own? Because once you see the game, you can't unsee it. Once you understand how the system works, you have a responsibility to yourself to rise above it. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for certainty. Stop waiting for someone to hand you an opportunity. There is no perfect moment. There is no certainty. And there is no one coming to save you. The people who win in life aren't smarter than you. They're just willing to take the risk. They're just willing to take the hit and keep moving forward. They're just willing to suffer now so they can live free later. That's the choice. Comfort or freedom. Obedience or strength. Quiet survival or unstoppable dominance. Most people will never make that choice. Most people will stay in the trap. Most people will choose comfort and call it security. But you are not most people. You know what's possible. You've seen the other side. You know the system is rigged. And you know you don't have to play their rules anymore. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop thinking you need to be more ready, more qualified, more prepared. You are ready now. You are capable now. You are enough now. No more excuses. No more hesitation. Step into the fire. Embrace the comfort. Forge your strength through the struggle. Because the system wants you weak. The system wants you controlled. The system wants you to stay small. But you were not built to be small. You were built to rise. You were built to dominate. You were built to be free. Now go take what's yours.